the improvement in the defensive record been down to what you've been doing behind the scenes? Because 2 clean sheets here, well, clean sheets have been really hard to come by, especially at home. That must be really pleasing for you. And what have you been doing behind the scenes to shore things up?
It's pleasing for sure. I think it's a lot. It's not easier, but it's a lot. It's easier winning games if to win games without having to score so many goals every week. For sure, you know. We do seem to be a team that can cause a lot of problems and create opportunities and score goals. So it's definitely getting the balance right. There's still things to improve on. It's definitely something we focused on of trying to be better as a team collectively when we don't have the ball. But 3 or 4 weeks we're not going to fix everything and all of a sudden look perfect. So it's understanding that a little bit. But yeah, I think the boys have responded really well to what we've asked them, and the clean sheet, as much as everything today, the clean sheet was important for us.
Betty.
Hi Michael, what sort of challenge does a team like West Ham pose for you? Obviously they're fighting relegation towards the bottom of the table. Is it a different challenge to approach?
I think you've got to go into the game understanding the situation of both teams. I think we've tried to paint that picture to the players in every game we've played so far, and it'll be the same come Tuesday night. The type of game, the feel of the game, what kind of skills we're going to have to try and draw on. You know, different games throw up different things. So, and yeah, for sure, you know, teams towards the bottom of the league are really fighting for things. So, but so are we, and we've got a lot to fight for. So it's you know, you'd like to think that balances out in some ways, and it's who can come out on top at the end of it. But sure, we're totally aware of what we're going into on Tuesday night and how difficult it'll be.
What do you make of West Ham under the new head?
Yeah, well, there's a bit of change. I think injuries as well is difficult. I think they're very good on transition, very dangerous. Got some really good attacking players. So we've looked at them already and kind of have an idea with that, as they would have done for us. You know, so. But yeah, they're a threat. They're a threat, and when they get up ahead of steam at home, they're a dangerous team. So definitely got to be ready to cope with all that.
Sam?
Michael, you've said in virtually every press conference that you won't get carried away, you won't allow people to get carried away. When you took over at Middlesbrough, you won a lot of matches. There were a couple of defeats, but you won a lot of matches. Is there anything from that period that you can learn about this period and keeping focused and maintaining your sights on the next game and not getting carried away? Because it's an easy thing to say.
No, it's a really easy thing to say, and listen, part of it you got to enjoy the buzz of winning, right? You have to. That's what we're in it for. So you got to manage the highs of it, and you got to enjoy initially the feeling of winning a game. You know, you can't kind of just be flatlined the whole time. But certainly going into the next game, you got to then regroup and prepare again for what's next. But you definitely take the confidence and the feeling from the games that you've had, knowing you can go into the next game with a little bit more feel-good factor about it. But I guess the big challenge is knowing what's got you there and all the hard work and the preparation and then what it takes to win a game of football at this level is tough. So never assuming the next one's just going to be all right. But you still got to allow yourself to feel the little bits of waves of emotion with it. Because it's all a little bit boring and pointless if you didn't really, to be honest. Winning games is what we're all strive for, you know. So the boys have been good with that though. They've managed it really well and kind of had the higher the win, come back into training and focused on the next one, and we've got to keep that going.
You won't do what your own manager used to do, give the players a bollocking even when they've won a game or anything like that.
There's a time and a place for everything, Simon, isn't there?
Sarah?
Hi Michael, Bruno said on TV after the game that you remember what he said to you last time you were manager, that you were going to be a great manager, and he still believes it. Can you remember what he said to you last time you were in charge about that, and how does it make you feel to hear someone that way?
Yeah, no, I've known Bruno for quite some time and know him really pretty well, and seen him the odd time the time that I've left the club and bumped into him at times. So I've got a really good relationship with him, you know, and I understand how much. He's really intelligent footballer. He's bright. He cares a lot for this club. So in terms of that side of it, we all want the same thing, you know. So it's obviously nice when players that you respect, as I do with Bruno a lot, says good things about you, but it's ultimately it's about the team, you know, and getting the best out of the team, and actually that's all working together. So time will tell, you know. It's not about judging how good or successful at this moment in time, because nothing's really happened yet, you know. We hopefully got a lot more to do between now and the end of the season, and see what happens after that.
Dan and then Carl.
I just ask you team news-wise, will Mason be in contention to be back, and also with Matthias, could he be fit after the FA Cup and the break?
They probably will. Mason will be probably not for Tuesday, probably after, but definitely going into the Everton game. Yeah, he'll be back. Matt will be. We'll see how he develops over the the Everton game feels like a long time away at the moment, so we'll see how he develops, but he's positive, he's moving in the right direction, but Mason's a little bit closer than him.
And Michael, absolute tangent, and I apologise in advance for asking this, but there is a young lad who is waiting to get a haircut, and it's been a while. Just wonder how aware you are of him, and will that go into your team talk over WhatsApp?
I can say I'm aware of it, yeah. My kids have made me aware of it, if anything, but it certainly won't go into the team talk from a professional level, but I can understand what's going on with it, and it does make me smile, but it won't have an impact ultimately in the end.
Carl.
Good afternoon, Carrick. Congratulations on the win.
Hi,
you mentioned about Bruno Fernandes getting his goal on the left-hand side. Earlier in the first half, there was a moment where he indicated to a man he wanted to swap and move to the right. I just want to know a little bit more about how you let your front four interpret their roles. There seems to be a great amount of creative freedom.
Yeah, within reason, as long as we carry out the roles properly. Yeah, I mean it's not total free for all where you can kind of go and decide. It's a little bit of where you end up. Bruno's that type where he understands the different roles and plays them particularly well again. So and Brian's done very similar. Same, to be honest, Matthias as well, playing sometimes through the middle, sometimes off the left. So it does give us the variety. I think they're all suited to different kind of roles. Ahmad's probably more of natural being wide, and so that's a little bit more predictable if you like. But the flexibility certainly helps us as long as we look after the positions when we don't have the ball.
Okay, thanks everyone.
All right, cheers guys, thanks.
First game against Manchester City was incredible. I'd never seen Manchester United play that well for 10 years plus. And then they've continued it, go to Arsenal and win. And the 4 wins are not against lesser teams. I mean, Tottenham, Arsenal, Manchester City, Fulham. I mean, it's brilliant going. And all of a sudden, you're looking at them thinking, wow, I mean, there's no fluke about this. They're playing really, really well. They're on a roll. They're now into the Champions League places. I mean, it's just changed like that. It's quite incredible how one manager can be doing so badly and a couple of little tweaks, a couple of little changes, and all of a sudden it looks like it's the happiest club in the world at the moment.
It's incredible, really, isn't it? Just simple things, what he's done.
Yeah, and it is simple. He's asking players to play in positions they're more familiar with and be more comfortable in scenarios. And so we are surprised because the change was so drastic, but regarding of what he's asked the players to do, we shouldn't be surprised because he's asking good players to play in positions they are familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I would love Manchester United to struggle, I
Said our neutral global pundit, Steve McManaman.
I am thrilled to bits for Michael Carrick and Steve Hollands and Johnny Evans and Jonathan Woodgate. We know them all well. The English coaches will, of course, Johnny's Irish, of course, but you want them to do well. You want them to be given this opportunity. And when they got the opportunity, there was so much negativity around it that I wanted them to do well. I wanted them to prove people wrong. We sit and moan about, as I said, English coaches don't get the opportunity. English coaches never get this. They'll go and employ someone from Germany or Portugal like they have done. Well, an English coach who's been in the Championship, did well, had a little bit of bad luck at Middlesbrough, particularly when he had a couple of injuries to key players. Give him the tools. He can turn these results into really good performances and positive. So I'm absolutely thrilled to bits for him. Liam Rossini at Chelsea again, loads of negativity around it, but he's doing really well, and you want them to do well and keep on improving because it's good for the game. It really is.
We'll come to Liam in a moment. So Manchester United with these clear weeks, only playing 40 games or something all season. Will that really give Michael an opportunity to continue this momentum, even though typically he says we're not getting carried away? West Ham away next.
Yeah, West Ham away, and West Ham are in good form at the moment. Of course, they lost to Chelsea, but apart from that, I think they've won all 3 games. Yeah. Tough game going away in the Premier League. Of course it is, but they've been away. They've been away to Arsenal. They can do it. And yeah, it's just incredible. I can't believe the turnaround, I must admit. But you're right, Steve. Nothing to concentrate on other than what's important. No, distractions with Europe or anything.
Not having to rotate.
No, exactly. And I think while it's like this, it just puts everyone in a good frame of mind. They can start almost planning ahead as well. And obviously, Michael Carrick's got till the end of the season, but make no bones about it. People behind the scenes will be starting to think now, oh, wow, should we be giving him on a permanent? Not now, of course, towards the end of the season, but I just think it's a much healthier, much easier place to be. And when you're they're not guaranteed the Champions League, of course not, but it's becoming that way. If they keep going on this run, all of a sudden they'll be able to plan with clarity what's going to happen next season. So, yeah, it's an incredible turnaround. And do you know what? If they keep doing what they're doing, I know some people think, no, Michael Carrick can't have this. Why not? They've tried every single thing. They've gone for proven winners. They've gone for ex-player. They've gone for, the new big things in Portugal or wherever it might be. They've gone for the lot.
They've gone for everything, haven't they?
And all of a sudden, they get somebody that's absolutely gets the club, picking the right teams. Everybody's absolutely flying, they're buzzing. Imagine if they took him and said, right, do you know what, thanks but no thanks, we'll put someone else in and start going rubbish again. You'd need your head looking at. I mean, of course he can be given this job full-time if he continues to do well.
I mean, they will drop points. They will lose games from now to the end of the season. But what he's achieved already, and the way the players are playing, and the way the players, you can see they've got a smile on their face. It's like this weight has been lifted off the shoulders. They can express themselves on the pitch. As Jolien said, they can play in their natural positions. They're piling forward, they're making chances. Exciting to watch. The Fulham game last week, Sesko scored in the winner. It was brilliant. It was like the old days, wasn't it?
To Manchester United, 4 wins from 4 under Michael Carrick and looking good for a place in next season's Champions League. That's after they beat Tottenham Hotspur 2-0 at Old Trafford. Bruno Fernandes helped set up United's opener for Bryan Mbeumo before scoring a brilliant second. That made it 200 goal involvements for the club, a milestone that only Wayne Rooney has reached in fewer appearances. Yeah, so Tim, in terms of Bruno Fernandes there, you say he's the most informed player in the Premier League. Hard to argue?
I think it is, yeah. See that finish there is just incredible. People might say, yeah, it comes off his shin, it's lucky. He knows exactly what he's doing. He gets it on the half volley. He knows he gets his knee over the top of the ball, just guides it into that corner. He's top drawer. I mean, he's playing a very, down the years he has, played an average Man United size, hasn't he? I think he's encouraged at the moment. He's probably enjoying it more than he has done for a lot of years. In this 4-game spell, what Michael Carrick took over. But like I said last year, where would they be without him? Where would they be? I mean, they could have very nearly got relegated last season, as crazy as it may sound. Without his goal contributions, and he affects the game in big occasions as well. He's not a bully boy, with the teams down the lower end of the division. He stands up and he's always there to be counted, and he's the biggest threat. If you're preparing a team to play against Manchester United, no matter whenever he's in the side, you always think you've got to take care of this guy. You take care of him, you're halfway to stopping Manchester United. All right, now they've got Mbeumo, they've got Cunha, they've got a few more threats along the way. But everyone in that dressing room must look up to this guy. He has been incredible since he's been at the club.
He never seemed to complain either when he was playing a bit deeper under Amorim, and now he's back in his best position under Michael Carrick, and Manchester United are very much enjoying that. Right, would he get into your Manchester United all-time Premier League 11? Is he that good? Because they really have had good teams over the years.
No, but I don't think he can argue it either. I mean, he'd be in the argument, but I don't think Bruno could argue when you see my team, because this is a team what achieved, it won things, which I think is really important. I mean, how could he argue? Where's he going to put himself in there? I'm not sure he could slide himself in.
You'd have to take out one of the strikers and play him in number 10, or take out either Keane or Scholes. So it is quite difficult. And then again, if he's got a few more years at Manchester United, I suppose he could still fight his way in.
Yeah, I mean, he's going the right way about it, isn't he? But they need to start winning. They need to win the treble, perhaps, or something. You know, a lot of these guys are winners. If I had to change and find room for him, I want to change the formation a little bit. Maybe Ruud van Nistelrooy would come out and he would go in there behind Wayne Rooney as a 10. That wouldn't be bad either. But no, it's just I don't think I could find a place in the team for him. But he's look, we're talking about Premier League legends there. You know, absolutely insane footballers who had so much success at that.
But he still
great
can.
club.
He can still become a Premier League legend, of course. How important is it that Manchester United don't let him go, because he is still worth a lot of money? There will be interest all around the world for him. He is on high wages, which a lot of clubs are trying to get rid of their high wages at the moment. But is he worth every penny, and their most important player to keep?
Yeah, I think he is. I really do. He's so durable as well. I mean, he never misses a game, and when he does, I think was it like a couple of weeks ago, he had a hamstring injury. All of a sudden, blink of an eye, he's back. You know, his body is fantastic. He must look after himself so well. He looks like he trains hard as well. I always think that a lot of players get a lot of injuries because they're undertrained. He looks like he's going to be at it. He enjoys football. He loves playing. The ball's his friend, isn't it? You know, he always wants to be involved in the game. For me, he's going the right way of getting on that list, but at the moment, he's not on it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Oh, there you go. Look, there's the rankings there in terms of, the goals isn't so much, but assists is top. And this is in the whole Premier League, by the way. Big